Many of us have been seriously affected by agricultural business that we try to do. We try to invest in agricultural business from the diaspora or from anywhere, even if you are living in Nigeria. And at the end of the day, it ends up that the business that we try to invest in did not work. It ends up that we were rather failing. And the question is, why is this thing happening? How can we be able to protect our business from failing, from fraud, especially when we are starting a farm or we are starting an agricultural business? You see, the truth is this: no matter how you think you are prepared about starting a farm, there are usually some things that will occur during the process that might not be captured in the plan. I normally tell people that the first thing that they need to do is to have a solid business plan. A solid business plan is going to show you the direction that you want the business to go to. Whether the business is, you want the business to go into this direction or you want the business to go into the other direction. It is only a business plan that is going to show you that. But it is not everything that is captured in a business plan, because farming always look easy when your farmland is this thing is in a pencil. You are drawing it with a pencil, and you are living far away from the farm. That is how farming will look very easy to you. It is not usually that way. It is not usually that way. So farming is not usually as easy as it looks in a business plan. And that is why I said, whenever you want to do a business plan, try to get a business plan with an expert that knows what he's doing, an expert that have done this before, an expert that have failed before and is still doing it. These are the type of people that are going to tell you the mistake and the errors that is in the farm. These are the type of people that are going to show you vividly what you need to do in order to avoid losing your money. Now, so many people go and employ social media farmers to be their business consultants. The people that they will consult in helping them to set up a farm. At the end of the day, those people will use multiple English in order to collect money from them, and at the end of the day, the farm will not be set up in a way that is profitable. If you want your farm not to have the risk of cheating or failure, you should try to make sure that you have a solid business plan from someone that knows what he's doing. And even if the person want to do the business plan you have set, it is also good. Make sure that you are doing this business plan based on what you have, the capital you have at the present time, and then put room for focus. Put room for focus whereby, okay, so time to so time, we agree to move this farm from this point to another point. Now, another thing you need to make sure to do when you are starting up a farm is to start small. Start small, even though you are thinking big. Because if you start your farm and you want to start very big, what usually happens when you want to start very big in your farm is that you now start making some infrastructural expenses that is not even going to bring money into the farm. When we were starting Odis Ranch, there were some machines that we bought. We say we wanted to use those machines for silage for the goat. We also wanted to use it to grind our cassava peel in order to turn it into feed for our animal. But what happened in the long run? In the long run, we ended up not using most of those machines, because we discovered that, okay, it is better while we are trying to do silage, because we do not have all the land. It means that we are going to be buying grasses like bicaria and some many other grasses that we are going to be buying. And then we are going to be planting and doing irrigation of maize. And that is going to, in a way, at that time, that was not our focus. So we said, okay, if we are going to be buying these things, if we are going to be paying or buying these things now, we do not have enough time to do this silage. So we dump those machines. Those machines was money that we spend, plenty money that we spend, but at the end of the day, we dump those machines. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that if we have done our research well, we will know that what we wanted to use was not a silage. We wanted to use high quality cassava peel mash. We will have to say, okay, let us go for that one instead. So there are some machines, there are some things that you will buy right now. You will buy right now, but those things are not going to be very important to you. Those things are not going to be things that you will be using right now. So know this and know peace. That the fact that you are buying the machines that you are buying right now does not mean that those machines are things that you are going to use. So when you are starting, start very small. If you are starting a poultry, start very small. I'm not saying you should build shabby building. No, 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 no. Even if you are going to build quality buildings, start with one quality building, and as you are moving on with the project, you are adding another project. You are adding it a little bit so that at the end of the day, everything will move smoothly. So starting small cannot be overemphasized. Try to use technology to your advantage. The reason why technology was created is in order for you to use the technology in order to better your life. Please, do not say that because this farm, how can you even start a farm without technology? Agriculture and technology go hand in hand now. Agriculture and technology go hand in hand now. So it is not possible for you to leave one and remove the another one. You are trying to start a farm. Even if you do not have all the money for CCTV now, get a woman CCTV. Get a woman CCTV so that the woman CCTV will be your eye in the farm. And how do you get woman CCTV? By partnership. There's a video I was watching yesterday on YouTube about a man that came back from the UK to Zimbabwe. They were interviewing him. I think the man is making a food processing. Is it chuputu? I don't know what that is, but I know that it's made from maize in Zimbabwe. So the man is making that. So the man now have the waste from the chuputu is what is used. I don't know whether that's the right name. The waste from that product, he now said, okay, what will I use it to do? He now decided to say, okay, I will use it to start a pig farm. He started with 4 pigs. And as of the time they were doing the interview, he have over 1,000 pigs. Now, that is not the point. Look at the point I'm trying to make. He now said that he's creating, since he has over 50 hectares, or 100 hectares of land, that is creating a portion. He will build a house, create a portion, and the people in the diaspora can come and pick the portion. It means that even if you are in the diaspora, you want to invest back in Zimbabwe, all you needed to do is to reach out to him. He is going to rent out that place. There is a house there. There is a project. The project you want to do is there. He is going to create a poultry project, a piggery project, a cow project, a goat project, and all that. Now, all you needed to do is to rent that place, and then leveraging on the technologies you already have, on him already there, you are going to use him in order to boost up your farm. So now that is like partnership and woman CCTV. Because if you are able to invest in that man's farm and get that plot and start your own project in his farm, what happens is that you are going to be leveraging on his success. You are going to be leveraging on his structure in order to build your own farm. By the time you are now ready to move to your own permanent site, You will have been able to learn everything that you needed. You will have been able to get all the knowledge that you needed, and that will catapult you from that stage that you are to your farm. You are not going to be moving into your farm and you will now be failing. Sure that you leverage on technology. CCTV is not the only technology. Leverage on technology. Things that you needed that will make your life easier. Make sure you start your farm with low cost animals or crops, and make sure you start with things that are on demand in the area you are. Don't go and follow your passion and go and start with animals that you do not know anything about because you love pig and there is no market for pig. You are now forcing yourself to do pig in an area that there is no market. Because you love catfish, you now force yourself to do catfish because everybody on YouTube is doing catfish and you like it. Because you love poultry, you now force yourself to go and buy birds and be doing layers, for instance, which is a high cost this thing operation animal, and you go and start it without having market for it, without having knowing whether there is a demand for egg in your area. You are going to cry. Make sure that you start with low demand animal. Make sure that you start with low cost startup animals. Also start up with crops that are low cost, like tomatoes, like pepper. You understand? Things you can control. I always encourage people to try to do urban farming because urban farming gives you control. You have less insecurity in urban farming. And if you must go and do farming in the villages, make sure that, okay, even as I'm in the villages, I am not trying to do crops that will cost me so much money to do. And at the end of the day, if it fail, all my savings that I have suffered hard to accumulate will have been wasted. The demand is what you should follow. Simple law of economics, demand and supply. And if the demand is high, you should increase your supply. But if the demand is low, what will happen? You should not even supply at all or reduce your supply. Don't go and start 3,000 broilers when you do not know who you are going to sell 3,000 broilers to. Do not go and start 10,000 catfish farms when you do not know how to sell 500 catfish. You are going to lose your money. And even if it is not fraud, at the end of the day, you go dey like say na 419 they do for your money. Try to master marketing and sales very early. Try to master marketing and sales very early. Do not wait till when your crops or your animals have grown. That is when you will now start trying to learn how to do marketing and sales. Marketing and sales should be the backbone of whatever you are doing. You do not have a business if you do not know how to sell the business. You do not have a business if you do not know how to market your product. See, you might have the best product in the world, but if you do not have the best marketing skills in the world, you are going to struggle. You are going to struggle with that product. So how do you do your marketing and sales? Leverage on social media. Social media is somewhere that people are always there. In fact, some people are even risking their work just to go to social media. Here in the UK, they normally don't allow you to use your phone when working. But there are some people that will not spend 30 minutes without checking their phone. So even though they are working, they will squeeze to see what is the update, what is the update on WhatsApp, what is the update on Facebook, and quickly put their phone in their pocket. It is because they are already addicted. And since people are already addicted on social media, it doesn't make any sense for you to say, I'm not going to be leveraging on the advantages of social media. It is you doing yourself this service. Marketing, sales, money follows attention. Make sure that you market. Make sure that you are very comfortable in taking care of yourselves. It is going to help your business very fine. Also, find a mentor and partner early. If you want to go very fast in your farm, go alone. But if you want to go very far, then go with partners. go with mentorship. Find a mentor that is going to guide you. If you see a mentor, don't be jumping from one mentor to another. At the end of the day, what it will create is analysis paralysis. It's going to create a whole lot of confusion for you. You will not know the direction you are following. There is so many paths to wealth. There is so many paths to building a business. And when you have too many mentors in the business, what will now happen is that you will be creating a business that at the end of the day, you have different type of people that are you are following their model. It's not going to end well. Stick to a mentor. Find out this mentor. Okay, I like this mentor and I want this person to be the person that is going to be taking care of I'm going to be partnering with, so that we'll be discussing about my farm. Follow that mentor, follow what he's saying. Also use your own number six and join it with what he's saying. It's not as if you are going to swallow everything he says, because everybody's fight is different. Everybody's case is different. Partnership. Find people that they are going to partner with early. Do not promise anybody return on investment. Do not promise anybody return on investment. Let the person know that there is a risk. Let the person know that, okay, this thing can work and this thing might not work. Let the person be in the know. Because if the person is not in the know, what will now happen is that even when you fail, they will still be demanding a return on investment from you. It have happened to me. So I'm telling you this out of a place of knowledge. Manage your risk. Manage your risk and be ready to adapt. Manage your risk and be ready to adapt. Agriculture is very, very unpredictable. Be ready to pivot in your agricultural business anytime. Do not now say that because I have started pig and I have seen that pig is not working in this area, that I will continue to do the pig. If you have done your market research, especially the market should determine whether you should continue or not. If you have tried your best in sales in that area and you have discovered that pig is not selling in that area, be ready to pivot. You can turn the pig pen to a fish pen. You can turn the pig pen to a poultry. You can turn it to a goat pen. You be ready to adapt. Be flexible. Be ready to manage your risk. If you are into crop production and you are farming, know that unexpected things can happen. The weather can change. Okay? If the weather can change, what about pests? There is a disease or pest that can come. Learn to have contingency plans so that if anything change, you will be able to know what to do. Okay? So having contingency plan is very important in your farm. Stay committed and be patient. Don't be jumping around. Don't think that, okay, because I have started this thing today, it's going to start giving me money tomorrow. Stop having that mentality that farming is something that I must do now and get money now. Stop that mentality. Agriculture is not that way. Have patience. Be committed to the plan. If you have a plan that I am going to be investing in this farm for the next 6 months, so that by 6 months, the money we are having from this farm, we will have a stable revenue. Stay committed to that plan. And when you get to the 6 months, it doesn't mean that you will now say you will stop investing in the farm because you have gotten to 6 months. That money you were using to invest before, stay committed and continue to invest. That particular one that you are doing, you might stop investing in that channel but build another one. I know people are always tell you this, that it is good for you to choose one of a farm business and stay committed to it. I also believe in that. You see, in Odis Ranch, I am building an integrated farm, a sustainable farm where we have a zero waste model, that you are going to be using the waste from this other product in order to take care of the other product. The waste from the pig, you are going to turn it to maggot and use that maggot to feed the chicken or the fish. Now, the water from the fish, you are going to use the water from the fish to channel it to a garden where you do plantain. Then you are going to use the poo from the chicken to change it through artificial insemination, and you convert it to food, crude protein. for the pig. This is a cycle, right? When you are starting your farm, always have it in mind that you should do an integrated farm. Staying focused to one channel or farm is also good though, but if you are going to be building a sustainable farm where everything cannot go wrong at the same time, try to diversify as an integrated farm. You can also stay in one type of farming and diversify, because everything cannot go wrong at the same time. There is no how that the market of chicken is overflooded and the market of pig is overflooded, or the market of pig is overflooded and the market of chicken is also overflooded. Everything cannot go wrong at the same time, and that is why I encourage farmers to stay committed and focused. Now, let's assume that you want to do only chicken. You love chicken and it's chicken you want to do. How do you pivot and stay committed to the project? You started with broilers, and you know that in the next 4 months, with the money you are investing in the broilers, by using the gradual rotational model, which I talk about, that you are going to use that gradual rotational model to be putting, let me say, 200 broilers every 2 weeks. It means that in 4 months, you have gotten a good cycle of broilers that is bringing you money. What happens is that so many people, when it get to 4 months, they stop supplying money to the farm because they believe that they have supplied enough money in the broilers and the broilers should take care of themselves. What you have just done is that you have just hindered growth. Staying true to a farm project is something that you are going to stay true for the next 5 years. You need to still continue to invest that money no matter where you are getting it from your work. You need to continue to invest that money in that farm. But this time around, you might stop investing in the broilers because the broilers already have enough money, and by now they should be working as a separate entity in your farm. It is now time for you to go to your next project. And your next project might be a frozen house, a frozen chicken house where you sell frozen meat. So what happens is that that money you are now using to invest in the broilers, you now start using it to set up a frozen chicken house. This is a linear integration of your particular business, the broilers business. So what it means is that no matter the quantity of chicken that is coming from your farm, you already have a means of selling it. You already have a way of selling those things that are coming into your farm. So that money now, you are investing it in making sure that you have a profitable frozen chicken house. Now, after like 6 months, you have been able to build a profitable chicken house. You can now go to the next one and say, okay, we have been able to build a market structure. You have succeeded in building the frozen house. What then do you do? Still in that chicken, you might now say, okay, I want to now start investing in layer. I already have money that is coming from the broiler. I already have money that is coming from the frozen food. It is now time for me to do something else. Let me invest in layers. And that is when that same money that you are bringing before, you start using it to commit to the layer. The overflow that you are getting from the broilers, you now start using it, adding from the overflow from the broilers. The profit overflow that you are getting from the frozen house will be supporting the layers. Before you know, you have been able to build a 5,000, a 10,000 layers capacity. Do I need to tell you what that means? What it means is that just in the chicken industry, you have been able to create a value chain. You have not even been able to exhaust the chicken industry. Okay, if you have created a layer shop and you have appetite for growth, you still want to grow. Have you seen what you can do with your eggs? You can start an egg distribution business only in that line. In fact, you can also start distribution of chicken feed. Chicken feed, you can start up a shop where you sell chicken feed. That chicken feed, other people are buying. That chicken feed, your own farm is also benefiting from it, just from poultry. You see that there is a lot to do from one industry, but do not stay only on one thing. Do not stay only on producing chickens, broilers only. It's a recipe for disaster. Do not stay in producing only eggs only. It's a recipe for disaster. Try to pivot, try to make it a vertical linear integration. It is the only entrepreneur that I've seen that have done linear disintegration is Richard Branson. He was able to create Virgin Media, Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Books, Virgin Real Estate. His businesses do not connect at all. And he's able to do this because he's a billionaire. I don't know whether you are a billionaire, but if you are not a billionaire, I will advise you that you should stay linear. Stay in a focus. Do not start a farm and tomorrow you are trying to start logistics. You are trying to start pharmaceutical, trying to start so many things at different times. You are not going to benefit from it. But when it is a linear project, you are going to be able to use the resources from this other side in order to balance the other resources. And that is one way you can stay committed to the project. Now, what about us, this ranch? What are we trying to do? What we are trying to build at the ranch is a sustainable model whereby everything is running at the same time. For now, we have started with the catfish and the broilers. The catfish and the broilers is what we are doing for now. Now, this catfish and the broilers, in 6 months' time, they will be able to take care of themselves without we needing to put money in that side again. Are we going to stop investing in the farm? Never. That is when we will now go to the pig. We will now go to the pig and say, okay, the piggery is where we are putting all our effort now. What do you think will happen to the piggery? The piggery is going to grow very fast because we are going to be putting in money that we are putting in the catfish right now in the pig. We are also going to be putting in money from borrowing money. We call it borrow. We're going to be borrowing money from the catfish to add to the pig. We are going to be borrowing money from the broilers to add to their place. After like 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months, or even 6 months, the pig section will now start giving us money. It will now be sustainable on its own. Are we going to stop? No! We are going to move to the next project. The next project might be a feed, might be to start selling feed. Okay, we now have chicken, we now have pig, we now have broilers. We do not want to stop here. Let us get a factory. Not that we are producing feed. We want to start marketing feed for fish. We want to start marketing feed for chicken. We want to start marketing feed for pigs. Other farmers are going to be buying from us. We are going to be selling also to our own farm. We channel in the money we are making from fish, from broilers, from pig, and the money that I'm making, since I am still working, I will channel the money. I will open up a feed distribution business. Why am I teaching you all these things for free in this channel? It is because I want you to progress. I want you to see how you can also leverage on the things you need to do in order to progress. The truth is this: agriculture is one place that will give you mad money, but you need to learn how to do it well. It is very, very important you do it well. If not, the project will fail and you will think that it is 419 that they did to you. If you have found value on my videos, consider subscribing to this channel. Turn on your notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post amazing content on this channel. Please and please help the boy. Like this video, share this video, help this channel grow. That is the only way that you can, the only support I need from you. What do they call me in the country where you are? Here in the UK, they call me the Shore Boy. And what I just brought to you is from Shore Boy TV. And I'll see you again on the next one.